really going to help. Quick run through, and we could also grab, there's a bonfire very close, we'll probably just grab that first. I'm gonna grab the bonfire and kill the ads first, kill the trash mobs. Those, I say trash mobs, they will kill you, but that foot soldier guy, that hollow that came and attacked me, I'm gonna go ahead and kill him first. So yeah, as you roll through, we'll slam this shut, which is fine. As you saw, it doesn't lock you out permanently. Alright, so we're going to run through here. Okay, see, he's going to walk up here. I'm going to switch over to my dagger. Just stabby stab. Go stabbing bot on him. Alright, so now that we've done that, I want to go grab those souls. So let him pass. Slowly. Grab the souls. Aggroed him, that's fine. Just kite him away. Let him swat at you. Spam those spells. And he's not going to give you as much as that first ogre, but he respawns. So I'm not saying that you should, because there's a lot of risk involved in this, but so I'm not saying you should necessarily farm this guy, but you could. Oh, I didn't even upgrade. I didn't equip my flask. So another thing we got to remember to do. The ogre can't go through here, so we're gonna go ahead and really quickly equip our Estus flask. We'll have those life gems as a secondary. The Estus flask is that's gonna be your main heal, or I should say your big heal. So cast this. And now that we noticed he can't go through here, actually, could go. Yeah, there's the smart way to do it. So now we've discovered the smart way to do it. We go in here. So 600 souls, not bad. And here's that bonfire I was talking about. It is it's not hidden, but if you're running through, you may miss it. It's right there. Hit that bonfire. Rest. And now that we know an easy way to kill the ogre, let's try that in practice. If you wanted to farm this area, first of all, get rid of these guys. I'm not conserving the spells here because I plan on hitting that bonfire again. Normally I would conserve these spells a little bit. So let's try farming this guy in practice. Whoops. Having a controller issue, by the way. My left stick is sticking. Right, so roll back. Roll back. And spam it. So there we go. Yes, it's cheesy. Just make sure you're far enough back, but not too far that he leaves. And then you can spam your spells, get another 600 souls out of that. Like I said, yeah, it's cheesy, but hey, it works in practice. That item we were talking about before that I could have jumped to grab. I think I was hiding. It's another thing you're gonna notice is these guys will hide. So that item we could have jumped to grab is actually over here. Just don't go in the deep water. Homeward Bone and a Soul of Lost Undead. So more souls to crack. We can use those they're basically consumables that will give you souls to then use to level up and buy stuff. Because you can also buy stuff with these souls. I don't buy a lot. Boots. Did I miss something up there? Did I? Oh. Every now and then they drop something, may or may not be good. It's usually trash. Life gem. Okay, I'm okay with that. Alright, so we're going to rest the bonfire, and then we'll continue on. Force the fallen giants. Alright, so just remember, these guys are respawning. So, I'm conserving my spells now, switching over to the dagger. I'll just stab these guys. This is the main reason that I do that, you'll see in a bit. I don't want to run out of spells. If I need spells, I want them to be there. So there's this guy who was hiding, and there's also this guy shooting arrows at me, so keep that in mind. You gotta kind of juggle a couple guys. Oh, and sometimes you get arrowed. Use your dodge if you can see where they're coming. You could use your spell here. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Go ahead and Estus here. Switch over. Spell. Oh! Hit his shield. So, shield's gonna absorb it, as shields do. So go through. There we go. There's another guy that may surprise you. If you go too close here, you'll aggro this guy. So, you can do it on purpose if you want, like I do. It's hit a lot of spells, but helps a little bit. So, this was a relatively sloppy run, by the way, for the beginning of this, because the next section that we're going to, up here, can get a little dicey. So it looks like it's no big deal, but if you do this wrong, you will die very quickly. Most of these bodies are actually just waiting to attack you. So I suggest slowly going through and aggroing one at a time. One at a time, that way you don't have to do too much crowd control. If you're using a quick weapon like this, you can end up stopping their attack, even if they're jump attacking you. This guy doesn't have a weapon, but that doesn't mean he's not going to hurt you. So again, use your math. If it took two attacks to kill each one of these guys, then it's going to take, I'm only going to be able to kill 15 of them. So be smart. Now, up there, you may or may not have seen, this guy is going to start throwing like bombs at us, and that could be a problem. We're going to go handle him, and then we'll come back down here. I just wanted to show you how dangerous these guys can be. If you're not paying attention, you could aggro like 3 or 4 of them, and they will kill you. Alright, so if you go up this ladder, this other guy will start coming down. It's a surprise. Just wanted to warn you. Because he will start damaging you, and that's not fun. There are a lot of surprises in this game. I may spoil some, but if you're watching this, I assume you're wanting to watch it for funs, or to figure out something that you may have missed. So I may spoil some early surprises. Alright, so little gap here. Jump over. Don't fall. I fell. Don't fall. So I took that at too much of an angle. Alright, so we got like 3,000 souls there, so we're going to very carefully get back. We don't want to die. We do not want to die, so we're going to carefully go back to this area and get those souls. when our magic gets high enough, we'll just be able to one-shot these kind of guys. But as you go further on, the enemies obviously get stronger, so... You can also do like a mixed bag right there, like I just did, where you cast a spell, and then your second attack, do a dagger. Or if you're getting attacked like that very quickly, you may just want to spam spells. And a life gem. As you can see, we died a few times now. Died like, what, 5 times? And our maximum health is lower, so just keep that in mind as you go through. You can't take as many hits as you could before. Little item we missed over here, by the way. Another Soul of Lost Undead. So we'll be able to use these later on to get some levels. So our bloodstain is up there. If you can see a little green glowy, it's kind of hard to see, but right above my head, there's a little green glowy. So I'm going to aggro just the enemies that would have come after me. Hopefully nothing else. Go up the ladder. Other guy goes down. See, when you go through here, you can kind of start seeing their patterns. Some of them have predictable patterns that you can exploit, if you will. Alright, so we just aggroed someone that we wouldn't have normally aggroed, so remember, we're going to have a rogue guy coming after us that's going to surprise us if we didn't watch it. I don't know if you saw that below. He was the axe-wielding guy that I said you could aggro if you go too far to the right over there. So let's go ahead and grab our souls. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to leap over here to get this item. More Soul Lost Undead and a short sword. So short sword will help us. Cool. Didn't botch that. That short sword will help us, because I believe that's probably better than using the dagger. I'll do a little test. We're not a strength. See, there's the guy. Told you he was going to surprise us. Ooh, 1 hit. That's cool. Right, so all those guys earlier respawned. We have 18 soul arrows, so we can only kill 9. So let's do some stabbing. Switch to the short sword right now. See, went too far in, aggroed another guy. So be careful. Oh, unable to use it because our we're not strong enough. We're not spec'd for that kind of stuff. So there may be a weapon we want to use later on that's not amazing, but something that'll help us a little bit when it comes to these types of things. You're going to use melee a lot less as you go through. But right now there's a lot of trash I don't want to deal with. Finally got that backstab. Human effigy, very nice. So we've got a handful of human effigies now. We could use one. I'm gonna wait a little bit to use it. Because if we do this right, we can use one just before the boss, the first boss, which is still a ways away. We could conserve it. Right, so now that we've gotten rid of all these guys, let's let's go through here. So this is bringing us out of the forest and into obviously more close quarters combat. We're going to come up on the Cathedral Tower or something tower, I can't remember. So let's go ahead and get rid of these mobs. We're going to need that ranged attack, so I don't want to use too many of my souls. There we go. Wooden bolt. If I had a crossbow, I could use a wooden bolt. Alright, switch back. This guy's tough. Again, know your enemies. That guy is a lot tougher. Just wanted to get rid of him. He does a lot of damage, so I wanted to just get rid of him. Alright, so this is where I was saying use some ranged, because this can be annoying. There we go. So 10 spells left, still doing well. Spells, lots of souls. Look at that. See, if you're careful, you can retain all those souls, and man, is that going to help later on. It's got a buckler, very cool. So the buckler is a shield we can equip. Unfortunately, we are so weak we cannot even hold a shield. So if I go to equipment here, and buckler, we're not strong enough, nor do we have enough dexterity. So if you look here at the stats, it needs 7 strength, 13 dex, and we have 3 strength and 7 dex. Nowhere near strong enough to even hold a buckler. Alright, so that right there is a prime example of when you see something glowy and happy and shiny and awesome, careful, because it's probably a trap. And here we are. This is the second bonfire of the area. So not too crazy if you take it slow. If you do it smart, it's not too crazy. You can get through that. So here,
buy something, anything.
Little merchant.
Oh, come now, help an old woman and buy something.
So most of what she has isn't going to interest us. But she does have human effigies. It's good. But here, she has Soul Arrow. Now, we already have Soul Arrow, but you can equip another one if you have more attunement slots. She also has a heal, faith, miracle, so we need 12 faith to use that. So we'll look into that later. But here, I'm going to go ahead and grab this sorcery.
Thank you kindly.
And then we're going to go through this bonfire, travel back to Majula, and level up. Whoops, went the wrong way. Well, we'll go to Majula. Went the right way. Okay, let's go.
Bearer of the curse. Seek souls. Larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
So if I go 2 into attunement, sorry, 1 more into attunement, I can use that second spell. As you can see there, slots goes from 1 to 2. I'm going to do that, and then put the rest into, into intelligence. I want to boost that damage. Later, we need to pour some points into faith too, because I want to have a heal spell. But that will give us a lot more damage. And now we have more soul arrows. So we're going to go here to attune. And we have a second spell slot now. There we go. So second spell slot. So we're going to tune 2 soul arrows. That's going to give us 60 soul arrows to use, which is fantastic. And go back to the Cardinal Tower.